guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be telling you all about my pregnancy and how I found out I was pregnant and what Cameron and I had to face together and all the challenges that we have been through so far. And we have definitely gone through a lot in the past year together. We had only been dating for a few months before we found out. Anyways, to start out, it was the end of our senior year, both of us. May is a very stressful month for me. I did dance and I had a lot going on. I always do in May. And so I had my dance recital. This year I had graduation to worry about, prom, 2 proms actually, his prom and my prom, because we went to different schools. And I was just really stressed out, and I noticed that I was a few weeks late on my period, and I didn't really think about it. And on May 20th, I graduated, and a few weeks before was recital, and I remember feeling kind of like my stomach stretching. It was kind of weird. I thought maybe I was sore, but it wasn't the same kind of sore. And so I just kind of let it go. I turned 18 actually on May 24th. So I remember going out with a few friends that day. It was a good day. And then a few days later, I had to figure out what was going on. I was 3 weeks late by then. My last period was April 17th, I think. And I just had to figure out what was going on. I remember my friend Casey and we were talking, and I told her, I said, we're just gonna go buy a pregnancy test and just see what happens. And so I left her house and went to Cameron's apartment, and he went and bought a $1 pregnancy test. He bought 2 of them, and they both were positive. And we both kind of were like, what the heck, you know, this doesn't seem right. So he went to go get the expensive kind from Meijer. I made him go get one, the $14 one, and brought it back. And his brother was there at the time at the apartment, and he was the very first person we told, and we were both bawling, I was bawling my eyes out. We didn't know what to do at that moment. We were going to go to a party that night, but that didn't happen. And that was May 30th, I think. Let me check. It was the 29th of May. And that whole week, I just remember crying for about 3 days straight. So I went home, and I had the pregnancy test, and I just remember hiding it away in one of my drawers and thinking that I could just forget about it. And for that night, I tried, and I knew that Cameron wouldn't leave me, that we would figure something out. At that moment, it felt like everything was ruined, all of our plans, and nothing could ever compare to feeling that way. I was just crushed, you know, I didn't know how I was going to tell my parents. I know a few months before, my dad and I were talking about always using protection and always being safe, and Cameron and I did until we just decided not to anymore. On that Monday, I woke up, and it still hadn't hit me yet, I don't think. So on that Monday, I just remember waking up and not knowing what to do yet still. And I can't really remember what happened on that Monday, but I know that on Tuesday, Cameron and I went to the pregnancy help center in town, and we went and talked to somebody, and there was a nurse there as well, and I took one more pregnancy test just to be sure, and it was positive again. And they just started talking to us about what we could do and what our options were. And that woman herself had had an abortion. And I'm not gonna lie, at first, with Cameron having a scholarship to play football and me wanting to go to the school of my dreams school, and having all these plans and having a great roommate, and I think that it was very selfish to even think about, but we honestly did. And Cameron told me it was all up to me. That's what everyone told me. It's my body. I could do whatever I wanted to do. And that's true. If you do ever face that, it's your body. It's your decision. And you're in charge of your body. So everyone told me. I remember going to dance those next few days because we had nationals that in June. And I just remember looking at myself in a leotard and just thinking, how is there something inside of me? How I just didn't understand it. And then I started to like it, but I still had not told my parents yet. And so after we went and talked to the woman at Planned Parenthood, we came back to his apartment. I remember calling my friends and two of my friends and telling them that I was pregnant, that I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And they told me that they were there for me no matter what I did, and I couldn't be more thankful for them for that. And so then the next day, on Wednesday, I had an appointment to go get on birth control. And I had the plan that I was going to tell my doctor. My mom asked me if I wanted to go alone or with her, and I said alone. And I remember filling out those papers, and one of the questions was, are you pregnant, or were you pregnant? Do you have kids? And I didn't answer those questions because you had to be truthful, so I just didn't answer, and I figured that they would ask me about it. And I finally got called back, and she came in, and I told her, I said, I think I'm pregnant, and just started bawling my eyes out again. I still cried those past 4 days, still not knowing what to do. So she said, well, why don't we go make sure of this and get you an ultrasound? And whenever I saw his heartbeat heard his heartbeat for the first time, that was it for me. That was the ultimate decision. Yes, I have to keep him. It was just the most life-changing thing for me. And to see the little pea-shaped baby inside of me, I'll put a picture in here for you to see how small he was. The first time, and actually knowing for sure was, oh yeah, my dog's in here. Knowing for sure the first time that this is it. This is what my life is going to be. This is what God has planned for me, even though at that moment I was scared. I didn't know what I was going to do next, what my next steps were, but I knew that so many people would pray for me, so many people would think of me, and they always have. They have, from when they first found out I was pregnant to when I had him. Everyone supported me. I have had the best support system in the whole world, and I thank all of you for that. But to finish this story out, after I got the sonogram back and after I saw him, I went to my dad's office, which is where I hang out a lot, just to stay in town because we live about 15 minutes out of town. I forgot why I didn't go home. I think I had dance and then I went there or something. But I told her, and she said, I knew. She said, I knew it. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, on your birthday, we had your 2 favorite things, and you didn't eat it. And I do remember eating, we had fish and steak that night. I don't remember what fish it was, but I didn't eat it. It smelled weird to me. It tasted weird to me. I knew that something was wrong with myself. Your mom knows everything before you. Your mom can spot your fake friends, just like your mom knows everything. I'm telling you, she knows everything. And she said, I knew you were pregnant. And I just looked at her and I started crying again. And she said, we're gonna get through this. I'll tell your dad for you, because I could not tell my dad. I truly believe that me being pregnant brought us closer together, and I couldn't be more thankful for that, because my mom, my grandma is dead, and I'm so glad that Liam and my mom can have that relationship. And I had always wanted to have kids young, but not this young, so don't make that wish. But I couldn't be more thankful for how things did turn out with my mom and I. Our relationship now is great, and I literally tell her everything now. And that night my mom told my dad, and I remember after I told her I had dance. So I went to dance, and then I came home and we all talked, and I remember my dad telling me that we were gonna get through it, but he was still mad at that moment. And the next few days I could feel tension between us, and then one day he finally just got it all out and yelled at me. And I won't go into the details of that conversation, but I remember it very clearly, everything that he said to me. And I know that he was mad. I know because we had that talk and I let him down. But I'm his little girl. I'm not supposed to grow up, be pregnant at 17, and because he had dreams for me and hopes for me, and I'd let both of them down. I know that I let my mom down, but she didn't tell me because she knew how upset I was already. But then a few days later, Cameron and I took his mom out to eat, and we told her. She kind of guessed that I was pregnant when Cameron was texting her and asking her to meet us. And we went and finally showed her the sonogram. And she was very excited, and I'll never forget that. And we just kept it a secret for a while because we wanted to wait until 12 weeks through the first semester in case of a miscarriage, and finally got it out. And everyone was very supportive, like I said, and everyone was super excited for us. And I'm friends with some of my former teachers on Facebook, and they were excited for me and my dance family and all my friends, and even people that I barely talked to, and everyone at work, and they were all so excited for us. And it's amazing how many people can be there for you when you think that everything is falling apart. And I look back on it today and when he was born, and I'm just so grateful that it all happened because it was meant to happen. I know it was. And I remember at the very beginning of May, I tried out to dance on the UK dance team. And I didn't make it, but I look back now and I realize I didn't make it for a reason. Yeah, my life might have had a different turn. I am very thankful that I didn't make it, because now I have the most precious gift in the whole wide world, who is sleeping right now, and I'm watching him on the monitor. And I do wish that I could have gone to college and had that normal experience and everything, but your life does go on. My life did go on. Cameron's life went on. He got a job. He is going to be a plumber. I'm in school to be a radiology technician. I did very good last semester, and I plan to keep doing good for Liam and for our family. And Cameron has been the best in supporting me and supporting us with everything, and I'm just very thankful for how everything turned out. And I couldn't thank Susan enough, Cameron's mom. You are the best ever. You always are there for me. You always are there for me to talk to about Cameron, and you help me with Liam all the time. I can leave Liam with you and you're fine with it. I mean, I know anyone would, but you handle it the best. And my best friends, you all know who you are, and thank you for allowing me to talk to you every day. And I couldn't have wanted this to go any other way. Thank you all so much for listening to me ramble on. I know that this is a long video. I am so excited that I have started this channel for you all to watch, and I really hope that you all enjoy our journey. And I know this is only the third video I posted, but I just thank you all so much for watching. If you ever are in this situation like I was, feel free to talk to me on any of my social media, and just understand that someone is there for you. It's not the end of the world, It's one of the best things that could happen to you. But just understand that your life does go on and everything will be okay. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!